Okay, fellas, Nkosazana Zuma get criticized for visiting Burkina Faso of Ibrahim Traoré. Criticized bad by who? By African people. Which African people? Some South Africans criticize this lady. Who is Nkosazana Zuma? Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma is an anti-apartheid activist, a very strong woman that struggled, amongst others, into the liberation of South Africa during the 1970s. She's a very strong woman. She's been the Minister of Health, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Minister of Home Affairs, Minister of Presidency, Minister of Cooperative, Minister of Women in South Africa. So she's not stupid. Okay, she's also been the African Union chairperson from 2012 to 2017. She's not stupid. She's also the ex-wife of the former president of South Africa, this man right here, Jacob Zuma. Now you get the picture. So it's interesting to hear what she has to say. Her going to visit Burkina Faso has been a reason for some people to criticize her, saying, why are you going to visit the junta? Why are you going to visit that government? They were not democratically elected. Listen to what she had to say. Let's go.
Let me talk about Burkina Faso too, because I've been there recently, this year.
You need to pay attention. This woman is influential. This is very important because the message is very strong. Let's go.
And I'm going there end of this month again. Some people asked me when I came back, why did you go there? There was a coup. So I said, yes, I wasn't there on the day of the coup. I didn't go to Burkina Faso on the day of the coup. But I was invited.
Look at the member of parliament. Look at the ladies. They're just smiling. The member of parliament. Is it parliament? I'm not 100% sure. Look at them smiling. Oh, this one on the... Oh, okay. I thought they were on the cell phones, but I realized they were filming the lady. Okay, so my bad. Congratulations. Good thing. You know, you need mentorship. Let's continue.
For the launch of the Sankara Mausoleum. But also I can say in Burkina there is a revolution, and I support progressive revolutions. And Sankara was a progressive leader of our continent who was assassinated. He supported women, he supported unity of the African continent, he supported countries feeding themselves, producing their own food.
Have you heard of Thomas Sankara? Great man. Before Ibrahim Traoré, there was Thomas Sankara in Burkina Faso. He was doing the exact same thing Ibrahim Traoré is trying to replicate right now. Actually, Traoré is trying to copy Sankara. If you want to know about Sankara, you need to watch one of our old videos or do some research, find out about who this person is. Let's continue.
Food. And they were launching his mausoleum. But also I can see what they are doing. For me, good governance is about whether you respond to the needs of your population. It's not about anything else. Do you respond to the needs of your population?
Okay, it's not about you coming with your democracy from the West. It's about responding to the need of the population. Let's go.
Are you spending the resources of the country for the benefit of your population? If you are, that's good governance. If you are not, for me, that's not good governance. Nobody is going to come and develop our continent for us. If we don't do it, it won't develop.
You see the charisma of this lady? I mean, look at this lady. Look at her. Look at her. Look at the charisma. Look how dressed she is. Yellow and black and some reddish. Africa. And she's got charisma. She's speaking intellectually. Do you realize that Africans back in time were smarter as young people compared to Africans nowadays? Yes, like Mama Winnie Mandela, this lady right here. At 18 years old, she was already leading people in a neighborhood about revolution. She was educated and strong. Now look at the average 18-year-old today. On Twitter, on TikTok, scrolling and playing the slay queen. Let's continue with this mama. That's beautiful.
We can't sit and be waiting for some people from across the oceans to come and do it for us. It's not going to happen. And also, we must decolonize our minds and believe in ourselves. Steve Biko, our first president of SASU, said, and I quote, "The most potent weapon in the hands of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed.
Wow.
Because if your mind is decolonized, they don't need to come physically. You are already in prison.
Wow.
So let's decolonize our minds. And decolonizing our minds means taking charge of our economies. Why aren't we say Africa is rich in all this. The president was mentioning all the things we are rich in. The 60% of available arable land globally is on this continent.
Imagine.
But this continent imports food. We have sunshine.
Whole year.
More than 300 days a year.
Wow.
We have water. We have a big population, more than 1.4 billion. Why can't we feed ourselves?
How? Zhuang.
Who will respect us if we can't feed ourselves? Thomas Sankara said, who feeds you controls you.
Kanjani. Who feeds you controls you, Thomas Sankara.
So, we must grow our food. We must process our natural resources. Some people boast of importing furniture. They boast, my furniture is imported from there. Why? We have so much wood. Why do you import furniture? We have people, we have wood. There's no need. We grow cotton. Only 90% of our cotton is exported raw. Why?
Imagine.
But we import fabric. And I'm glad Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire are starting to make chocolate, because we sell cocoa beans, we get 8 billion around there. But the chocolate industry is more than 100 billion.
Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire are the biggest producer of cocoa. This is what you need. You see this? This is what you need to make chocolate. Chocolate doesn't come from anywhere. It comes from this plant. Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire. Look at the map. These are the countries that produce the most in the world. I think God just went like, that place, that place must produce chocolate. Now, she says the amount of money Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire get from exporting cocoa is minuscule compared to the chocolate industry. Why doesn't Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire produce chocolate?
So, let's take charge of our economies. Let's beneficiate our minerals. Why are we sending these minerals raw? Sending minerals raw is exploiting jobs.
Exactly.
High-paying jobs. We remain with the mining jobs. But the high-paying jobs are exported to where the minerals will be beneficiated. And exporting something raw, you are exporting revenue. Because by the time it comes back to you as finished goods, it's probably 10 times or more expensive.
But if you process it in Africa, you create jobs and opportunity for a lot more people. Let's go.
So let's wake up. We have everything that everyone who has developed.
Let me just remind you here, Madam Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma is telling people, I will not apologize for going to Burkina Faso. Okay? When she went back to her country, people criticize her, saying, why did you go to that country? I would assume South Africans criticize. Not all South Africans. Some South Africans. I will not apologize. Wake up. Your mind is colonized. Wake it up. We need to see each other so we can bounce ideas off one another. Let's continue.
Used to develop. The only thing is, must decolonize our minds.
In God,
I lived in Addis, as you know. And one thing I learned from Addis, maybe it's because they were never colonized, is that They believe in themselves. You know, when they were building the Renaissance Dam that is now giving them.
So Addis is in Addis Ababa in Ethiopia, this country right here, okay? I know you know, some of us don't know, so we need to help each other understand. This country right here, it's called Ethiopia. It was never colonized. All of African countries. Ethiopia and Liberia, okay? Ethiopia was not colonized because they fought back and pushed back the Italians. That's what she's talking about. She lived in Addis Ababa and learned many things from them. Let's continue.
The electricity. No investor came to invest. If it was some of us, we would still be waiting for the investors. But they didn't wait.
So Ethiopians didn't wait for investors to come to build the electricity dam, okay? They pushed themselves to build it. She said if it was some of us, we would be waiting for some investors to come and help us.
They said, okay, we'll go ahead. The government did not have all the money to build that dam. But what they did, the diaspora contributed, but the citizens, everyone who had an Ethiopian number, and I'm one of them, I had an Ethiopian number for 4.5 years when I was there. You received an SMS every day. Sometimes twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day.
Do you hear that? A SMS to the people so you can contribute on something that's going to benefit the nation. Where are the African people's brains? I don't know. Let's go.
And when you respond to that SMS, you donate $1 to that dam. Right? The citizens built that dam. They donated every day. And the dam is done now. Because they believed in themselves. Their minds were decolonized. But many of us would still be waiting for the investors to come. We wouldn't be having the electricity they are having because we are still waiting for the investors. So let's not wait. Let's do what we can do for ourselves. Also, just to give another example, when there was Ebola in those 3 countries, when we had the UN, President Obama, in a side meeting, said there are 1.4 million Africans are going to die if nothing drastic is done. The world did nothing drastic. But as Africans, we decided we're going to do something for ourselves. We called for volunteers from different countries to go and work in those countries. And indeed, we got more than 800 volunteers from different countries who went to work there. And we got business, African business, to give us money so that we can look after those people once they are there.
Fellas, if you want to know more about this lady, I think you need to go check her out. Madame Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma. I think she's a doctor, if I don't mistake. Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma? I'm sure she's a doctor. Just double check that. Absolutely amazing, very gracious, very charismatic. You see the elegance, you know, she's an old lady, you know, she's our mother, okay, but she's got that thing, you know, I can understand. Yeah, she's obviously the former wife of president of the MK, Jacob Zuma, former president of South Africa. I mean, how not? You know, they went through apartheid and stuff together. Such strong people back in time. Let me know how you feel about this. Africans must come together. She said she will not apologize for going to Burkina Faso. She will not apologize. And when she was there, I believe it was the same time or similar time as when the 700 Afro-descendant people went to Burkina Faso. Drop your comments. We need your comments so we can read you. It's nice when we read you. It inspires us and we feel appreciated. God bless.